snap up when we hit it, up. So if I go from here and I snap up, as I straighten that leg, as soon as I snap up, watch what happens with my hips. So I put that on my hips here. As soon as I snap that up, my whole lower body fires. If you can do this here and go whack, what happens is all of that goes into the ball. But this one here, you just come off the ball and you snap on it and the ball's just gone. Harder to read. Like I've got no muscles and so I can hit the ball relatively hard. Because I've got, that's how come I understand all this stuff, by the way. Because I haven't got any muscles, I've had to work out how my body works and why it works and how I can generate power like all the other guys. After that, you can have the ball come to you. Now it becomes dynamic more. So when it's dynamic, you have to get to the right spot, the right height, and allow the ball to come the right back far enough in relation to your body. So when the ball is here, you then have to go and work through it. Really, really good from the front of the court, because if the ball's up there, you come in, and then they come off, and before you know it, ball's bounced and I'm back here. So it's pretty dynamic stuff. Gary Peterson here. Today we're going to talk about your backhand drive. I'm going to talk about snap hitting. Snap hitting is an interesting comment, an interesting term. And I'll show you a normal standard drive. So, I'll hit it deep enough. All right. So there's your drive. All right. So let's introduce a concept where we snap up when we hit it, up. So if I go from here and I snap up, it gets really, really, really active. And it's not boring at all, it's really quite dynamic. And this is what it does. So if I go from here, hit the ball, I can play a quick, sharp boast with a really sharp action, if I choose to. And it's harder to read because it's such a sudden swing. So what we've done is we've sped the swing up off a really short base. So we're trying to get faster hands through the ball and a little bit of action. So what happens is this. If you watch, I'll do it facing the camera rather than moving the camera. Okay, so if I step straight at the camera and I bend that front leg, as soon as I straighten that leg, as soon as I snap up, watch what happens with my hips. So I put that on my hips here. As soon as I snap that up, my whole lower body fires without me even turning. So I'm not turning, I'm just lifting my leg. My hip has to go there. So what we're doing is we're making our lower body, our core, fire through the ball just as we do that. So instead of staying down here and doing that and trying to come around and stay stable, which they talk about a lot when you hit, if you can do this here and go whack, what happens is all of that goes into the ball. So it's a pretty dynamic thing. So if I go from here, there, you get that solid sound that's just beautiful, and the solid hit that's beautiful. So they talk about coming in, staying stable and going through the ball and finishing and then coming off. It doesn't work. It does sometimes, but you've got to be pretty solid in what you're doing, how it works. But this one here, you just come off the ball and you snap on it and the ball's just gone. Harder to read. It's usually pretty accurate. And you'll find it's pretty venomous. Got real ability and it's got real power. That's the lower body snapping through the ball that does that. Ball comes here, there, and that should have been a better shot. Hit it around about here. I'll show you the errors as well. Here, and off it goes. Beautiful. It's just phenomenal how it goes. You feel powerful. Like I've got no muscles, and so I can hit the ball relatively hard. Because I've got, that's how come I understand all this stuff, by the way. Because I haven't got any muscles, I've had to work out how my body works and why it works and how I can generate power like all the other guys. And so I've worked out that if I do this and do that, I can make my body active and do the right things. I've got quite strong core muscles and everything because I've had to work on those over the years. But you learn how to get it all right, and that's what I'm trying to share with you guys. Okay, so then the next stage is, this is a static hit. So when you learn something, you learn from a static situation. Static is I'm just going to drop the ball where I want it. Here, that's That's where I want it. Okay, so then you can change the angle the ball comes in. Okay, then after that, you can have the ball come to you. Now it becomes dynamic more. So when it's dynamic, you have to get to the right spot, the right height, and allow the ball to come the right back far enough in relation to your body. So when the ball is here, you then have to go and work through it. Now if I work on coming off the ball, which I do often when I play, here, what happens is I'm actually working to clear the ball as I strike, and I'm firing my hip at the same time. So if you can time the movement of the strike, this one here, with the coming off, you'll find you're pretty cool. And it gives you ability to go here and do all sorts of wonderful things as well. So that was just like a cut half drop shot, which you can just chuck in there, no trouble at all, because you're moving off the ball slightly. So you don't have to be stable. It's good to be stable. You need to be stable, but not all the time. You can use different things. And I don't teach everybody the same. Some people have these attributes, other people do not. So you might be a person with slow twitch fibre muscles where you find it much more difficult to move off and you need to stay strong. So everybody is not the same. So the big, I'll call them the big burly guys that can hit really strong and just touch the ball and it flies, they won't be doing this. They'll just be standing there going like that and the ball will go deep, gone. And because they're just super powerful, I can't do that because I don't have those muscles. So I've had to work out how to use it best myself. So understand what sort of muscle group you are, how you can use it, whether you can use it, how to use it, and the best way to use it, and then off you go. Really, really good from the front of the court, because if the ball's up there, you come in, and then they come off, and before you know it, ball's bounced and I'm back here. So it's pretty dynamic stuff. So see what you reckon, see how you work, and it's just an unreal feeling. It's just a magnificent feeling. It's just wonderful. You get in, you get out, you're fast, and it's just, people just look and just, they become concerned about your speed and things like that too, because you've developed a system where you're highly active through the strike of the ball, and they have trouble reading it, so therefore it gets more difficult for them. Right, there you go. That is snapping off the ball. I love it. I reckon it's fantastic. You can do it on volleys, but it's a lot harder, so you've got to be careful. It's more about spacing to the ball when you're going to snap off a volley, just to get the ball in the right spot, and it helps with your spacing as well. There you go. That is snap driving or coming off the ball as you strike. Bang back there. Gets a perfect body position to the ball. Spot on. You'll love it.